Before we begin, full credit to the transitions goes to a YouTuber by the name of Thunder Eagle. I tried to do something similar, but the app I was using just kept crapping to bed, so I borrowed them from his video. I'm going to leave a link to his video in the description because I guarantee it's going to be better than this one, but I want to do a video talking about these things. So without further ado, let's begin.
Don't touch the doctor unless he asks.
Dr. Disrespect has been quite popular over the last 10 to 15 years. When he started up a YouTube channel, he went under the name Diarrhea Panic. Thankfully, when he switched over to streaming, he changed to Dr. Disrespect, and he was a prominent figure in the Twitch community. But then 2018, comes around, he's temporarily banned from Twitch because he streamed inside a public bathroom, which is apparently a big no-no. But he swiftly recovered from that, and he just kept going on. But back in 2020, he unexpectedly got permabanned from Twitch, and for 4 or 5 years, nobody knew the truth about what happened, up until an ex-Twitch employee spilled the beans and said he was caught messaging a minor inappropriately in the site's now defunct DM feature. Of course, he didn't have any actual proof to this claim, so everyone went after him, even some well-known YouTubers calling him out for his quote-unquote grifting and shit writing. It wasn't until Dr. Disrespect himself, well, he denied them at first, but then admitted to them. And there was some debacle about how he edited out the word minor and then put it back in when people noticed. He's still very active on YouTube today. I think he was demonetized for a while, but he's still very active on YouTube today. But his reputation is forever tarnished by his actions. Colleen Ballinger is a YouTuber best known for her persona Miranda Sings, who has been active on the website since 2008. She's a parody of bad singers trying to make it big in the music industry. For over a decade, she had a very prominent career, even making appearances on TV shows, including a cameo in Wreck-It Ralph. But in 2020, rumors began to surface of her acting inappropriate with minors, including a group chat called Colleenie's Weenies. A video was made by one of her former fans, Adam McIntyre, which you should go subscribe to him. He constantly makes shitting on Miranda, Colleen, whatever, and it's actually the best thing ever. Because you're gonna hate her too after what I'm about to tell you. Colleen keeps acting inappropriate with these minors, asking them very inappropriate questions, even sending a fan lingerie, used lingerie. Hang on. The stupidity and grossness just made my brain shit itself. But she made an apology video. It was mostly swept under a rug. But it wouldn't be until 2023 when even more rumors began to surface and more videos of her acting inappropriate with minors. And instead of making another apology, she pulls the most bizarre move in the history of YouTube apologies. And it wasn't even an apology. It was her playing a ukulele, just spending 10 minutes deflecting the allegations. And after this, let's just say her viewership drops significantly. She still posts here and there, but she doesn't get even a fraction of the viewership she used to get. And honestly, good riddance.
Cats like mouses, cats like meat, cats like boxes, cats like...
Shane Dawson is one of YouTube's most earliest stars. He started out doing skits and whatnot. Very unhinged stuff from what I've seen. And a lot of his old comedy involved a lot of racist and offensive stereotypes. But we're here to talk about the predatory behavior. I mean, that shit's bad too, but let me explain. There's a bunch of videos of him committing sexual misconduct, including one video of him pretending to pleasure himself to a picture of Willow Smith, who was only a minor at the time. This got Jaden and Jada involved, making tweets calling him out. It's the one time Jada's actually right about something. As well as filming himself asking very inappropriate questions to his 12-year-old cousin or whatever. And let me check my notes here. There's even a video leaked, a clip of him on a podcast where he had quote-unquote relations with the... I'm sorry, what the fuck? I'm good. But dude's a piece of shit. He's still active on YouTube today, unfortunately, to a decent amount of views, but still, that shit's gonna follow him for the rest of his life.
Just eat it.
Where to even begin with this one? EDP 445, which stands for Eat That Meow 445. He's been... I don't even know how to start this. Let's just say he started his YouTube channel after he graduated high school, and he used to post some of the most unhinged shit, and he was one of the last few YouTubers who was unfiltered and unapologetic. But there are some video titles, which I will not say, which makes me wonder why people didn't question this before. He was very unfiltered. He grew a following of over 2 million people, but he had his YouTube account banned a couple times. Well, not fully banned, but like temporarily like restricted or whatever because of his, unhinged behavior. And as a result, when he hit 1 million followers, YouTube refused to send him a gold play button, leading to his fans making him a custom-made one. But all that fame and whatever would not last long, because in summer of 2020, rumors began to circulate that EDP was messaging minors inappropriately, even leaked audio clips, but he still addressed it, brushed it off as jokes. There was a YouTuber named Cold Raven who was constantly making videos about him to expose him, and there was like a feud going on. Shout out to Cold Raven, you should also go subscribe to him. I'm not a fan of football, but he did a good thing working to expose EDP, and I hope he's vindicated after what I'm about to tell you next. In April 2021, Chet Goldstein or Alex Rosen and a team called Predator Poachers set up a fake account, baited EDP into a meetup, and confronted him on camera when he arrived, giving the infamous excuse that he came to pick up a cupcake, which may or may not be a code for predators. That's neither confirmed or denied. But this video would end up ruining his entire internet career, because shortly after this, his YouTube channel was terminated, and he was also terminated off most platforms. He kept trying to make a comeback, but he kept getting banned everywhere he went. It wouldn't be until sorry, my dog is here. It wouldn't be until 2023 when he makes a quote-unquote apology video talking about how he was sorry, boo-hoo, whatever. It was clearly a performance act, because not even that long after, he got caught again, this time by Gideon and Skeeter Jean. But this time, there was a chance that he could have faced actual legal consequences, but that was over 2 years ago, so who knows. Either way, he keeps trying to make a comeback every now and then. It's like when Kiss goes on a farewell tour, even though they end up going on another tour anyway. But yeah, dude's a piece of shit.
Doctor, I think I might be a homosexual.
Oh joy, where to begin with this one? Let me just say that my issues with James Charles have nothing to do with him being gay. When I first heard of James Charles, like almost a decade ago, When I first heard about him, I thought, he seemed like a decent guy. He strived for greatness. He became the first cover boy for CoverGirl. He grew a sizable following. He didn't take himself too seriously, and he seemed to be afraid of offending people because he would tweet out apologies constantly, even for the most minor things. It's ironic I just said minor things because of what we're about to talk about. But first things first, we need to talk about how he basically tried to... let's just say he was going after straight men and trying to manipulate them into thinking they were gay. He was called out by his mentor / fellow YouTuber, Toddy, and James Charles initially posted an apology, but then took it down, debunking everything, and it's like, then what the hell was the point of the apology then? Anyway, that was swept under the rug, everyone turned against Toddy, but Toddy would soon be vindicated, because not long after, early 2021, James Charles was accused of texting minors and sending inappropriate pictures. He tried to put out a tweet saying like he was unaware of their ages, but there's literally evidence that he knew they were underage, and he still pursued it anyway. And then later, sometime last year, he was friends with someone named Kayla Malik, I think the name is, who was apparently getting out of a domestic violence situation, and James Charles, quote-unquote, tried to reach out to her, comfort her, but it was only an act to see if the guy was single, and I guess James Charles got with the guy who was bi or whatever. I don't fucking know. He has a long laundry list of criminal, predatory behavior, and the fact that he still has a platform is very concerning. But like I said, my issues with him are not the fact... My issues with him have nothing to do with his... It has nothing to do with his sexuality. There's nothing wrong with being gay, bi, trans, whatever. Just don't be a predator and text minors inappropriately. It's literally just don't be a piece of shit. Just don't.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.